have to stay still. I can talk, but it's best if I just move with my eyes. But for the sake of this video, I'll move with my lips and my tongue, and a little bit with my face, and I might branch out a little bit and move my body. If you're anything like me, and you probably aren't, you have fantasies. Now I know what you're thinking. But it's not those kinds of fantasies. I'm going to move. That's better. These fantasies started, I don't know, maybe my mid to late 20s. I would fantasize about being in solitary confinement. Not for any foul deed or evil perpetrated upon the unwary and innocent. No. I fantasized about being in solitary confinement just as a test of will. In the dark and the cold and the dirty. For days and weeks and months on end, I didn't quite fantasize about being in solitary confinement for a year or more. Maybe that was the extent or scope of my fantasy. Just couldn't imagine more than a year in solitary. And I imagined what kind of man I would be, whether I would go into deep samadhi and actually be grateful. Grateful for the experience of ultimate deprivation. I entertained that fantasy for years. I just learned from it without actually having to do it. Virtual learning. But at one point I could just sense that I needed to let the fantasy go and replace it. Replace it with something more beneficial and fruitful for my soul's development. So I'm here. And I got the idea from The Walking Dead. I'm not afraid to say, nor am I ashamed to say. There's this quarry, and it's full of zombies. And so I saw that episode and thought, this is it. This is my next level. To actually be in a quarry with thousands of zombies and be so still that they don't even see me, and yet, of course, I'd have to be lathered in blood and guts so they can't smell me either. Some even say that we smell each other's thoughts. So there's the samadhi again. I couldn't be thinking fear, or they'd smell the fear. My biggest problem, of course, is where to get real zombies. That's no small matter. I firmly believe that if we imagine intensely enough, we can transmute in reality. I firmly believe. And so, all I required was to imagine zombies. And this would be good. Because if I couldn't be still enough, I couldn't create samadhi within, there would be no real risk, no actual zombies to sink their teeth into me and tear me apart. I wouldn't have to lather myself with blood. And guts. Where to get the zombies? But if they're not real, and it's just a fantasy, virtual learning, am I really going to get what I need to get out of this experiment? What do I need to get? I want to feel death encroaching upon me. And I want to see whether I'm a champion in the face of adversity. If they're not real zombies, how can I truly be tested? And yet, all those years fantasizing about being in solitary confinement, I wasn't actually in solitary confinement, was I? Did I actually grow? Do I really need zombies? And what about the zombies from within? After all, that's the lesson of solitary confinement, that zombies are within. And what zombies are they? Are they the slow, Walking Dead type? Or are they the super fast, supersonic zombies of 28 Days Later, of World War Z? The zombies are within. I don't have to find them out here. Now, they may exist in reality or figuratively in the sense that people are zombies. But I can't find the real ones. And thinking of people as zombies figuratively, while alluring and fantastical and imaginative, yet cliche. It's trite, of course, and that doesn't get me fearing death. I need to fear death. And what is the death that I fear? Well, I don't fear death out here. I don't fear that someone is going to come and take my life. I've secured the premises. Nothing's coming to get me, and I'm armed. And there's the law, and this is a safe neighborhood. Where is the death? Where is the zombie? I need a zombie to get the best of me. I need a zombie to get the best from me. The zombie is within. The death. The death is within. Where is the zombie? Where? I need a zombie. For me to be the best that I can be. So I'm in this quarry. And while I can imagine a whole landscape of zombies being silent, not moving, not smelling, because I've got blood all over me. It's just not enough to give me the fix that I need. It's just imagination. It's not the real thing. Now it gets real. Now it gets real. What is the zombie inside of me? I can feel him coming out. And if he comes out totally, everything is done. Everything. The zombie within eats up everything human and infects everything human and makes more zombie of the human. Sucks the life out of the human. Replaces the human. At first, came into contact with the inner zombie in solitary. In virtual solitary. I wasn't actually in solitary, I was virtually in solitary. And then the zombie from within came up, started growling. Wanted to eat up everything and wanted to spread. You know, I think I go really deep. And I wonder and I sweat and breathe heavy, and I wonder, when is the zombie coming? It's like that thing with Tom Hardy and Venom. The Venom's inside of Tom Hardy. That character, I can't remember his name. His zombie's inside. It's the inner zombie, we all have one. And I say that it's like that Native American tale, that folklore, where there's two wolves inside, the white wolf and the black wolf. But it's the inner zombie. The inner zombie consumes all that's human. But the unintended effect, because the zombie is just too primordial to have an intended effect, but the unintended effect is when the human is gone, and the transhuman is gone too. The transhuman is not about the... It's trans is about going beyond the human. Going beyond. The zombie eats up the human substrate until no transhuman can emerge. And this is not transhumanism, this is not the transsexual agenda, nothing like that. It's just the superior manifestation of a human being. Self-actualization. The zombie within eats the human substrate. And so there can be nothing emerging from the human substrate because it's consumed, and that's the unintended effect. The zombie's not going for your higher self. The zombie can't even see the higher self. So I stand here. I went to the quarry. I'm in the quarry. There are no zombies here, but I am going to stay here for a long time. Sometimes I just come and stay here for 8 hours and it's hot. And I try every once in a while to imagine some zombies just to put me in the mood, but it really... It's like when I was in solitary. The zombies start to emerge. You do this. Yeah, I'm talking to you now. You do this and you will start wondering why? Where did that zombie come from? The inner zombie, how did it get there? How did it get there? Did the inner zombie enter through your ear while you were sleeping? While you were eating? Did it come in through your food? While you were breathing, did the inner zombie come in through your lungs? While you were watching the TV, did the inner zombie come in through the news? When you were surfing the internet, watching those reels, did the zombie come in through the reels? When you were watching your alternative research on your alternative websites, did the zombie come in through there? Where was the zombie coming in from? Was I born with it? Did I have an inner zombie when I came out from the womb? Where? I recommend solitary. I recommend the quarry. I recommend that you spend some time with your inner zombie. Spend some time with your inner zombie. You will make some discovery. Oh. Yes, you will. You won't know how to combat it at first, but you'll just notice, oh, your humanity is being consumed. It's being eaten right before your eyes. And every noble enterprise consumed. Apathy reigns supreme. Indifference. Why do anything when there's only zombies? Why? So get into solitary confinement, imagine it. Do your virtual learning and get into the solitary. Face your inner zombie.